Hello everyone, this is Andy, also known as Mr. Andy, and today I'm live streaming. No one's watching, but I'm live streaming because I have no memory on any camera or on the phone camera and on the computer. So there's not much memory storage, but I do want to record an hour, at least an hour of practice session. Maybe today, maybe an hour. It might be 30 minutes. I don't know. It depends on how I don't know. Like maybe my hands will get tired too early, but we'll see. We'll see. And so yeah. So right now I'm listening to a tutorial. Yeah, I was just watching a tutorial, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. And so right now the tutorial here is by the channel George Jackson. George Jackson, Complete Beginner Guide to Fiddle and Violin. And so yeah, I'm officially not a complete beginner. I guess I still am because I've only played like really sloppily the other day. But now, yeah, I'm going to yeah just so I'm going to watch this tutorial, and there's this part where it talks about the bowing. So that's where I am. But there was a very interesting warm up that yeah that he introduced, having to do with the bow itself. So I have my bow right here, and I think it has to do with like the spider crawl where where's a better view, like here where you do something like oops, so that was the light up there, but anyways, where you do like you kind of crawl up or something like that. Yeah, you see how I'm like going up the bow just to get used to like holding the bow. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. This is what I remembered. But now I'm gonna go ahead and watch the not watch, listen to it, because right now I'm on live stream on YouTube. I'm not sure if you could do both at the same time, but yeah. But I'm just
long
gonna play the video
straight bow.
here.
So we put down our bow on the strings. You should be able to see.
So
that
right now
if
I'm playing on my
lift
phone.
Your elbow, you're going to move on to the G string. You lower your elbow, you're going to move on to the D string. Lower it a little further. Your arm should work as a unit, and just ever so slightly bring that chin down on the chin rest. Okay, that's our quick violin hold. Okay.
So he also brought up a good point, like before this part. You haven't heard it, but there's a part that where he says to have your yeah to be relaxed as possible, or yeah, to have your body relaxed. That was one of the key points about violin position, or the positioning of this violin underneath my neck. So yeah, so I think that's one of the main goals. I'll try to have. Like first is to be able to get this very easily under my chin without too much, well, with the least amount of like push, or the least amount of like tension in my shoulders, and even possibly without just without having my chin being able to, like, for I mean, to be able to do this easily, because right now I'm talking, but of course my chin has to move whenever I talk, so it's a little bit uncomfortable when I talk, at least, especially my hand is not there to provide support. So I think that's one thing. That's one progress that I should be working on. One work in progress, I would say. So that's one thing that I'll probably work on. And also, of course, the way I'm holding this bow. Like apparently you don't hold it like this. Yeah, I'll show you. You hold it more like you put the thumb inside. I didn't know that. So I think you put it on the black part. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what that is. So maybe I'll watch it again. But for now, they said this is the yeah. They said yeah, this is appropriate to put your thumb on this part. So for now, it's okay. So that's what I'm gonna do for now, since um yeah, since I'm just starting out, and maybe eventually I'll put it inside. I'll put it like here in the inner part. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna put the violin back up. this. Oh man, it's still hard to do it. So I'm gonna play this video.
Grab your bow. Practice that beautiful bow hold that we started on, and we're going to learn to play out open strings. This is the last thing that we're going to do here today, in our first lesson for the Complete Beginner's Guide. Okay, we're going to start with what we call a down bow. It's a down bow because the motion is generally downwards.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I haven't never played with the up bow. Just playing it this way.
So when we go this direction, we're pulling the hand down towards the ground. And that's going to be called a down bow.
Yeah,
when we push the bow up the other direction, it's going to be called
and this is the up bow.
Okay. Let's start off on the D string. Now,
so D string.
The D string, good, dogs are everywhere.
This might be out of tune from his. Oh, it is definitely out of tune. This one's flat.
Okay. Now, there's a lot of angles.
They're all relatively in tune. So
we have this round bridge, and we have this long straight bow. So we put down our bow on strings. You should be able to see that if you lift your elbow, you're going to move on to the G string. If you lower your elbow, you're going to move on to the D string. Lower it a little further. Your arm should work as a unit, all sort of moving together, not like a wrist movement or just an elbow movement, shoulder movement. All of that is going to be just sort of moving in a nice harmony.
I see.
G string, D string, A string, E string. Right down. So at that
more
point, our elbow's going to be sort of up against that chest. Like that. Let's go back to the D string. What I want you to do is.
So I think rather than like just having my hand, just my hand, just being the one that moves, I'm gonna have my arm like be the one that guides it, something like that. So yeah, and so the next main thing I'm going to be working on, along with being able to hold this violin and leave my chin easily, is to just be able to play tones more easily. So kind of like, for example, this tone. Oh man. So I noticed around the middle part. Yeah, at this middle here, it's not really playing. It might need rosin actually. So I might need to put on some rosin. And what the rosin is, again, it's that crystal rock. Or not crystal. I don't know what I'm saying. Crystal. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's a crystal. Is it even a rock? I'm not even sure. But yeah, maybe I'll look that up later. But see, I'm trying to open it. I don't know why it's so hard to open. Oh golly. All right. Or maybe you push or something? Oh no. But anyways, so that's what I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna work on just long tones for now, which I think is a little bit different what people would think of practice. But I think this is completely normal for beginners. And even just like even people who are more experienced too, I'm pretty sure they also practice their long tones. So, and what I mean by long tone is just like playing one string very long for a long time. That's what I'm talking. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm talking about. Just as like a warm up, at least. I'm still trying to open this. Why is it not opening? Oh no. So note to self, I'm gonna need to at least have this open. Okay, there it is. And then put some rosin on the strings. So I think that's why it's not really playing in the middle. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna rosin it. So here we go. And especially put it in this middle part here. And yeah, I can't. I mean, I guess I can't tell if it's like too much or enough, but I guess we can find out once. Yeah, once I play it on the violin, because I heard that if it's just not playing, making that note, making the violin noise, I think it's just. I think typically it's because there's not enough rasa in here. So yeah, so I'm gonna just go ahead, maybe a little bit more. Ooh. And there's like, you see how there's like this part, there's that yellowish part, the string here. I think that's horsehair or something. This thing that touches those violin strings. I think that's horsehair, and almost one of them almost actually one of them came off, sadly, and I think one of them was about to come off. Yeah. I wonder if there's a way to put it back on. But for now, yeah, I kept the one that came off just in case. So, well, anyways, let's just check. So let's just check again. So still not really playing on that part. It might just be. It might just be a broken violin. It might just be a broken violin, but I hope not. Like you see how in here I'm pushing as hard as it possibly could. I hope it's just. I hope it's poor technique. I hope it's poor technique, because I don't know. I hope it's not a broken violin or broken bow. I mean. But I'll look into that. I'll look into that. So yeah, because this because the person in this video, his sound is so good. But of course, it might just be. It could be technique. I hope it's technique. I hope it's good technique, or poor technique on my part. So, but for now, we'll just roll with it. And I need to remember to just move my shoulders. Another thing I'm noticing, something else that I'm noticing is that my hands, this hand right here holding the bow, is pushing too tightly sometimes. So I'm gonna try. So that's another goal, is to just play without even like squeezing it. Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's what I mean by squeeze. Not squeezing, not squeezing too much. So yeah, kind of like this. I mean, you might. Yeah, I mean, people who see this might not see the difference, but I feel the difference. Yeah, I still can't get that middle part of this bow to make a sound. So I'm not sure what the deal is. But here. Let's try it. I'm gonna try scraping this rosin, like scraping parts of it to get some like I don't know what do you call it, like those crumbs. Just get some crumbs on this bow because they say that because right now the rosin is too smooth, so it doesn't look like anything is getting on the bow, even when I like smooth it out. But here, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna try again. So I just scraped that part. I scraped the top part of the rosin and see if that works. Maybe it's because of the rosin not really sticking onto the bow. Let's see. Okay. Let's do this. I guess one. Oh, some of the crumbs fell off. Okay, maybe this is fine. Yeah, or maybe perhaps the violin just needs to be tighter, or sorry, the bow. This part that just needs to be tighter. But we'll see. Or maybe not. Because, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, right now it looks pretty good right now. Yeah, we'll see. So, okay, better. So. Oh, darn. Hear that? Man, yeah, to get that full. See, right now it's still not really playing well on this side. So that's very curious. I might be putting too much. Could I be putting too much rosin? But I heard if it's not playing, it's because it's not enough rosin. So I'm a little bit confused. Maybe is it? So another yeah. Oh, hmm. I forgot. I just thought of another goal. But yeah. So when I so no, it's a single. It's the single. Like this hand, I'm trying not to like squeeze it. But right now it's hard to do it. The other goal is to be able to make a sound without even like pushing this onto this. So just be able to easily do that and make a sound. And obviously here it's not really making that big of a sound. Here's yeah, even in this part, the sound is not too big. And if you watch the video or if you watch any experienced violinist, they're able to play it even just a light touch and make a powerful sound even through that. So I'm gonna practice that too. So I guess the rosin didn't really work. maybe it did. Because this middle part is playing a little bit better. Definitely for this string, there's some improvement. So I'm gonna take a. So I'm gonna try. Okay, this time maybe one more time, perhaps. So I think scraping like a little part of it might work again. So right now I'm just using like a spare nail clipper right now, but usually they say to use like a knife. So yeah, yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, let's put some more on the middle part again. Yeah, especially this tip. I really want to make a sound from this tip. Well, I guess we'll just not try to see. Okay, definitely an improvement. Wow. Okay. Look, I'm on the middle of the bow. The sound is pretty clear. The sound's pretty clear. It's still pretty hard to play on that part though. I'm squeezing my right. I'm squeezing this hand again. By the way, I'm gonna put the camera up. All right. Yeah, there's definitely some improvement. So you know what? I'm gonna keep putting more Roslyn on this. So let's do that. So okay, put some more. Yeah, because since if this is a new bow, it might need a lot of Roslyn. This bow might not have really ever been played. Yeah, brand new, of course. So might need some more. Might need to rustle it up. Ooh. Oops. Okay. There was because there was some there's definitely like little bit improvement when I put the rustling. Now this time I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna play where it's left off.
Close enough to the heel. Let's go back to the B string. What I want you to do is get close enough to the heel. You don't need to be right up at the heel yet. You can just be a little bit down towards.
Yeah, again, it's gonna be flat.
The bow, and I want
really
you
flat.
to just draw
I didn't tune it
that bow stroke down. Here we go. Leave the bow on the strings if you can.
Oh, okay.
So rather than we're going to start with the bow on the strings, we're going to finish with the bow on the strings. Okay. Hey, it's our first bow stroke. Let's try it again. Down. Okay, this time we're going to take it up. So keeping the bow on the strings there. You should feel that tension in the first finger.
Tension in the first finger. Oh, got it.
Feeling that we're going to get transferring it across to the.
And then you transfer to the pinky. Darn.
Up. Okay. Another thing to think about. There's so many things to think about with the violin. Oh my gosh, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I remember we watched this video.
I'm sure you're doing a fantastic job out there. First thing, another thing to think about here is keeping our bow parallel. To the bridge.
Oh, to the bridge.
So we want it
parallel to the bridge.
To stay parallel to the bridge the whole time we take it down, if possible. Basically like this. So we're not sort of coming up on angles like this or down angles like this. We want it to be as straight as possible. You can look in a mirror if you like, and that often helps you kind of gauge whether or not you're doing things in a parallel manner. Also, we want to sort of aim for the flat of the hair, not on one side or the other of the hair. The more hair that is on the string, the bigger the tone that you're going to pull out of the instrument. Okay, we're thinking about those few things there. Let's try a couple more ups and downs on the string. Also, we want to sort of aim for the flat of the hair, not on one side or the other of the hair.
So they want to use as much as the flat hair.
On the string, the bigger the tone
this part, this yellowish hay color thing.
Okay, we're thinking about those few things there. Let's try a couple more ups and downs and ups.
It's not parallel.
Let's move on to the A string. So I want you to drop your elbow a little bit so that the angle of the bow moves until we get to the A string. Here we go, A string.
It's out of tune. You know what? Maybe I'll tune it.
G string now. So we're lifting our elbow. Keeping our shoulders nice and relaxed. A little reminder. Keep our shoulders relaxed. Shouldn't be feeling tension. Make sure your thumb is head this direction, not that direction. There we go. We're going to start with an up bow on the G string. And then a down bow. And our last string, we're going to move all the way across to the E string. We're going to start with an up bow here.
Good enough.
Okay, well, hopefully you've taken your very first, played your very first notes on the violin now, played our open strings, we know the names of the open strings, we know how to hold our bow, we know how to hold our violin, and we know a little bit about music theory with the fact that our notes, our strings are tuned in the interval of a fifth. We've got G, D,
yeah.
A, and E. All right, you're off. This is going to be great. I want you to let me know how this lesson went for you.
Okay, so yeah. Oh, basically, C, G. Yeah. So these strings are a fifth. Maybe I'll explain it one day, another day. But yeah, fifths. These are fifths. It's a music theory kind of term. But anyways, so actually I tuned them. It didn't really matter because the video is pretty much almost over. He's just gonna he's gonna say like and subscribe, or maybe I don't know. He might link to a course, but yeah. So yeah, there's only 10 seconds left, so it's just gonna be a conclusion. But anyway, so right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep checking the tone. And again, so the videos, one important thing he mentioned is keeping the bow parallel with the bridge. And I also interpret that as keeping it perpendicular to the strings. That's kind of what I'm interpreting as. I don't know. Let me know if that's not correct. But because the strings are perpendicular to the bridge, therefore the bow, therefore the bow should also be perpendicular with the string. Since if you want to keep the bow parallel with the bridge. So I think I'm saying it correctly, right? But anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and just play it. And again, there's a lot of things to think about, but keep my shoulders relaxed, keep my hand relaxed because it is still squeezing when I play it. And also, yes, keep this bow parallel with the bridge. So. And you know what? I'm gonna put more Roslyn. Yeah, because it is. I think it is working, but the tip is still not playing. So it could be more Roslyn. Yeah, hopefully this might not be a common occurrence. More Roslyn, more Roslyn, more Roslyn. It might just next time it might just need a few. Only a few. Of course, once I Roslyn up this, I'm gonna Roslyn up real good. But yeah. So, and again, as you notice, I know how to tune. I think I know how to tune the violin. Well, I know the notes it's supposed to tune to, and I know their fifths. And once you get really experienced in music, you'll be able to recognize what a fifth is, because fifths exist so much in music, in even parts that people don't even realize that are fifths. Power chords, they're mostly fifths. I'm not sure if you know what a power chord is, but power chords are very commonly played in the electric guitar in rock music. So those are very commonly played, and those consist of fifths. There's also a fourth too. Power chords can also consist of fourths. Fourths and fifths, they're both complementary. So you could see them many times. They are seen in a very similar way because they are complementary. And sorry, I'm speaking a little bit rubbish here because not everyone might understand what I'm saying unless I'm just speaking rubbish. Sorry. But here, I'm gonna keep bouncing up. And hopefully this might be the last time in a while that I do this. Okay. All right. I think, hopefully this will be the last time for today. But here, let's go and play. Keep parallel. so hard to get to the point or to the tip, because man, my hands. Because yeah, it's hard to like keep holding the bow. So I'm like squeezing it more. Since like it might just fall up. Like the bow might just fall. I might drop it. Like, oh, this is hard. Playing here is really hard. Oh. Okay, let's try the other string. Oh, check that out. Whoa. I'm using the whole bow. But this hand is tightening so much when I get to the tip. It's tightening a lot. Ugh. Ah, darn. Okay. Maybe I should tune that. Okay. So actually, I'm just going to show you. So here, so you see how there's a string? I'm playing the second string. Now I'm gonna play the first string, but I'm gonna create this sound even though I'm playing the first string. So right now I'm gonna just see if I could press the strings now, make a different sound. So that's a fifth right there. Now here's something called a second. So right now I'm on a fifth. It might be, yeah. So that's what a fifth is. So this is actually we call this first. The first, but usually we don't usually say that. We don't. It's not something we talk about. The first, because it's something. It's one of those things that it's just so obvious. It's kind of like how like in math, rarely did they even teach you 1+1? Isn't that just so obvious? I don't know, but because it's just like yeah, since it's so obvious, they might teach you it once and you'll get it 1+1. But like the second day, I doubt they teach you what 1+1 is, since it's like since it's one of those obvious things. But like likewise, we call this the first. This and this. Basically, what we're referring to is how far. I guess how far. I guess the distance between this note and this note. AKA, they're the same notes. I'm playing the same notes. When you play the same notes, it's called a first. But we never actually mentioned that, since it's because it's naturally so obvious. It's one of those super obvious. We don't even need we don't even say it. But now here's what we call a fifth. So first, oh, there you go, fifth. Dun, 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 dun. And notice I'm playing here. And right now I'm a little bit far away from where I'm bowing, or not far away where I'm bowing, but far away from this part of the violin, because when I go closer, you notice that the notes get lower. So right now, just before I was playing a fifth, up here, but now I want to play what we call a second. So there's fifths, there's fourths, there's also called second. And I want to play the specifically. I'm going to call it the major second. But I'll explain that maybe later, some other day. But the second, notice that I'm going to play on this part this time. So while a fifth is here, a second will be here. So a second is so yeah, a second is pretty close. So here's I guess first and second. And of course, usually, or not usually, but other instruments such as piano and guitar, they will already have they'll already tell you, oh, where should you put the fingers? Or like guitar, for example, they have lines to tell you exactly how far apart you are. You're in the first, second, third, fourth. But here, notice there's no lines. Yeah. So that's one of the pretty cool things you'll need to, or I'll need to figure out and get used to. And yeah, just to demonstrate again, I have a guitar right here, and you'll see exactly that. This is here, 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 and a second will always be, well, the major second will always be here. Yeah, this will always be the major second. Dun, dun. First, second, and the first, second, third. Yeah, the second is always on the second fret. So it's very obvious where to put the fingers. And it's the same thing for all the strings. Yeah, it's the same thing on all the strings. But for the violin, it's not so. You have to kind of remember where to put your fingers. So there's this thing called muscle memory. Yeah, of course, if you've ever learned something physically, there's something called muscle memory. And yeah, that's another major goal, is to have muscle memory for the seconds. Oh, I think I got it. I think I got it spot on, because sometimes I might be a little bit off, like a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit off. So yeah, so that's my next goal, getting that muscle memory. Okay, see, right now I'm a little bit off. I'm not really on a second anymore. Now I'm gonna try to get a third. So first, second. Okay, that's pretty good, but it's a little bit flat. Yeah, a little bit off, but here. Okay. I mean, in case if you think I got that really quickly, first of all, music has always been something that I've been learning, but not violin, especially not holding this. I'm still really uncomfortable holding this. I still can't do this on my chin. I think this is okay. And then, yeah, it's still pretty hard. And I'm still squeezing this bow a little bit. But anyways, first, third, and now fourth. Oh, I got it. So I want to mention another goal, but this goal is for the future. This goal is not for now. No, or maybe I could start now, but no, I don't plan on achieving this goal. But what this goal is one of the most unrated goals to have. But professionals are able to do this really easily, and it's so underrated. Like, people don't give it much credit. But this goal is being able to play quietly. And loudly, of course, but quietly, especially quietly. To be able to play quietly, but still with how do you say it? Like tone, not tone, but still with power, fullness. That's what it is. To play quietly, but still with fullness. This is something that professionals, like masters, they've mastered it. Yeah, hence the word master. They've mastered this trick very well. And people, I don't think, not enough people take credit, or not enough people give credit for that. So being able to play quietly, but with still that fullness to it. So I wouldn't consider this that quiet. And it's not full either. Not much fullness. Okay, that was off. That's the second. Okay, and then let's look at this. So that was off. So right now I'm trying to play second. So that the second that that other second that I played was a little bit off. So I did first, second, third. Okay, there you go. So the other thirds, they were a little bit off. Yeah, and you might notice that I'm accidentally playing the other strings too on accident. And so what I'm trying to do is be able to play just exactly one string at a time, because that is pretty hard to do. I'm still struggling to hold this on my chin. Play perpendicularly. So that was a second, but it was off. A little bit off. There we go. A little better. Good. Okay. And then here, third. So that's right now was hard cross bun. Pretty good. That was Hot Cross Bun. It's like one of the first songs that orchestras, band. Like if you ever taken band or orchestra, I think that's like one song that you definitely know. That's like one of the songs you start with. For adults, I'm not sure what they start with. Okay, so that second was off. There we go. Okay, so you notice that, yeah, I haven't played the highest string yet. Actually, I'm gonna avoid that today until I wear. So note to self: wear earphones next time, because these strings, the high ones, they're gonna be pretty loud. They're gonna be screeching loud. I think they'll definitely hurt my ears. But for now, I'm gonna play the low one. And yeah, and then I want to clarify another goal, maybe the last one today, the last one that I'll mention today is, yeah, I've already mentioned it, but getting those intervals, the intonation on these fingers. So right now I'm just working on first, second, third. That's it, first, second, third. But in the long run, later on, eventually I'd like to get the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and so on, up to this whole violin. And actually, I shouldn't be doing that. I need to make sure I can hold this violin on my chin in a steady way. But anyways, but yeah. So first, so that was a second. It was a decent second. It's decent, but it's a little bit sharp. So basically, there's like a bullseye. So right now it's kind of like I'm shooting targets. I'm trying to get this finger right on that correct place. And usually, like, it's not like if I'm off. Yeah, I can be a little bit off. I could be a little bit off. And sometimes I'm like right on. So a second is around here. This is a second around here. It's not. I don't think it's precise. Let's just hear how it sounds. I think. Oh, okay, that's actually very off. So I'm gonna move it, adjust it here. Still a little bit off. So I'm gonna adjust it here. So that's what I call a how do you say good enough second. And yeah, and if you've been, so I went to music school. I went to music in college. I went to, I've been in band. I've been in orchestras. I've been yeah. I played piano in orchestras. Yeah. So so those things. So I do know what a second. I do have a good idea what a second is supposed to sound like. I've also tutored ear training. But it's also perfectly fine to put like stickers on the violin. Yeah. And I think you just need to get like in that case, you probably need to get like a teacher to do it, to put where the exact place is. But yeah, I do wonder, like, eventually, like, once you play a lot of violin, enough violin, you go all the way to the no, you just know by ear what they're supposed to sound like, what the second and third is supposed to sound like. I do wonder how long it takes for someone to learn that, because I noticed that there are, for beginners, like especially for kids, they have stickers to like give like where the second, third, and fourth are, and I guess the fifth too. But beyond that, they don't. I don't think they have any stickers. So it's like, how do they know where to put the fingers? So I think eventually, yeah, I guess once you get really experienced, you know how to like play, like where to put your fingers here. So yeah, but for now, for me, I'm gonna just start with first, second. Oh, that one's off. Okay, a little better, and then third. And so right now, so every time I play like a second, I'm like incrementally adjusting it so it gets perfect. And the same with the third. So demonstration again. Okay, actually that was pretty decent. And I'm gonna go third. This was also decent. Decent. So this one could be a little bit sharp. There you go. Very incremental. It's so hard to notice. Okay, these two were a little bit off. So I'm gonna do that again. A little bit better. So right now I'm trying to get to the tip. I'm just practicing getting to the tip. Oh, that second was a little bit off, but I adjusted it. That's an example of a second that was off. I adjusted. And then there's yeah. But I was attempting a sixth, but I think that's something to do for later. So I'm just for now at most I'm gonna try to go to the fifth. And right now I'm just going to the G string. The G string is the easiest to play because there's like no other. Because it's so easy to play the G string without hitting the other string. But this string, on the other hand, the next string. So right now I'm playing it successfully without hitting the other string. Yeah, you hear that. You hear that? I'm accidentally hitting another string while doing it. So. Okay, this one's sharp. Too flat? No, just right. It's too sharp. Good. Good enough. Hear that? There's squeaks. It squeaks. So another goal is to avoid those squeaks, and it could hurt my ear. Oh, my right hand feels tired. Darn. I think I'm squeezing this too tightly. So maybe I'm gonna watch more tutorials on how to better hold this bow because I don't think it's supposed to get so tired. Or maybe because I'm a beginner. Who knows? So, I'm squeezing the bow too tightly. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to move my arms more. Well, I guess that only applies if I'm like changing strings. I guess the last. Okay. Oh yeah, I already mentioned. I already said. Let's say the last goal, but this might be the last one. We're already at the 1 hour mark. But another thing that I forgot to. I guess yeah. Another thing that I almost forgot is another goal. Another big goal that I almost forgot is to be able to play the string, the next string, the next string, to go back and forth from string to string. Oh, oops. See, this is why I don't buy expensive instruments. I don't buy anything expensive, period, because I don't know. I'm not someone who's naturally I'm not naturally good at taking care of things, sadly. But in exchange, I don't buy anything. I don't have expensive things. Anyways, I love this violin, by the way. Even yeah, oh yeah, I really like playing this violin. I would do 2 hours, but my right hand, I think my right hand, yeah, I think this hand, it could do some rest. Oh no! Plus my shoulder, my this shoulder here is also it could use some rest too. Yeah, and it could also and probably you know I know this is the first hour of practice, but I also know you know like once you get very experienced, it's supposed to get stronger. And also I'm like tensing up a lot. So yeah, so that's yeah. So those goals. My goal is to like focus on. But here I'm gonna just try to go from one string to the other. It's not that easy. Yeah, right now it's not that easy because especially this middle one, I'm accidentally hitting the other strings while playing it. Okay, that's pretty good. That was pretty good. So maybe I'll make sure to spend some time on that. So let's see. But anyways, so I guess we'll end this first hour. So I guess this counts as an hour. And by the way, I'm not sure if watching tutorials counts as practicing. Do you think so? I don't think so. Of course, I was like using the Roslyn too, so that took up some time. But I think this should be, good enough to be 1 hour. So, anyways, yeah, yeah, I think it's good enough to be 1 hour. So, yeah. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next hour, probably tomorrow. But yeah, bye bye.